Yeah, I do not think that they're going to default. I don't think that the ECB will allow that. I don't think they're ready to allow it. Might happen in November or December, but not in October. So your deadline is too premature. Thank you very much.
Yes, I do think Greece is all but toast. I think it's a done deal. They just haven't realized it yet.
Of course they're going to default. Actually, they've already defaulted here. If you look at the rates that they're at right now, they're just controlling it. If we don't get some kind of TARP-like program, it's going to get even worse.
Greek will not default by end of the month. You know, 5-year span, possibly. The rates are default-like at the moment. They won't let it happen, though, this soon.
Will Greece default by the end of the month? I would say by the end of the year. Okay, I think that the powers that be are going to try and keep them alive as long as possible. I'd say by the end of the year. So today being October 7th, I'd say by DES 31, they're toast. By the way, Italy and Spain just got downgraded about an hour and a half ago.
Will Greece default by the end of the month? I think there is a strong possibility that they will, but I think if they do, I think it's going to be more along the lines of being an orderly default. So I don't think you're going to see something major. I don't think they want to see the markets roiled. I think, you know, behind the scenes, Germany and France are pretty upset with the situation, but publicly they're doing what they need to do. They're stepping out in front of it, and they're saying that they're going to go ahead and help Greece through this, and I believe that they will, simply because they can't afford not to. To throw Greece to the wolves, so to speak, I think would be very detrimental to the European Union and would continue to ripple through. So, strategic default, yes, on some of their obligations, yes, but I think it'll be orderly.
All right, so the question is, will Greece default by the end of the month? Going to be somewhat nebulous, but I'll say, yeah, it's going to default, but the question is to what order or what degree it'll default. It's likely to miss its next payment. The real question that we're really looking at is not whether or not Greece is default, because it will, but will it do it in the time frame? I think the crisis of confidence that's impending here with the European leaders is not inspiring anybody, and I think that is going to lead to at least a limited default in which they have to restructure at least some of the bonds, and likely to affect, they're going to try and push for more private investors to take bigger losses, and I think that will cause at least a limited default.
Yeah, by November 1st, I do believe Greece will default. I actually think they are in default right now as we speak. You're going to have the IMF and the EFSF come out and try to, play their song and dance as to them, trying to paint the picture a little bit better for Greece, and that they're going to come to their aid. But I think at the end of the day that it's already a foregone conclusion. I think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point. Greece will default.